on the Kiwi.
Spida Hunter from ehpfitness.com. He knows a bit about fitness.
Yeah, it's time to get motivated on this Friday with some words of health wisdom from Spida Hunter. Spida Hunter on Twitter, twitter.com/Spida Hunter. And as you just heard, ehpfitness.com. Morning, Spida.
Morning, Wammo.
Who's up in the gym this morning, got some clients.
In the gymnasium, I've just kicked them out.
Just kicked them out?
Yeah, mate.
Have they finished their circuits?
They have indeed. They're all finished, scrubbed up, and now gone get.
Very good, very good. What kind of training was going on this morning?
Today they were doing. A guy out of America has got this program that he calls EDT, Escalating Density Training, and they were doing a bit of that, mate. 15 minutes worth of exercise, 2 exercises, and go for it as 5 reps of each, and do as much as possible in 15 minutes.
Tell you what, I got a flyer in the mail the other day from this outfit that call themselves Body Wall. You heard of Body Wall?
Describe that one to me, mate. I'm getting confused with the Body Wall, Body Pump, Body. I don't know.
It's something to do with a Velcro type wall system that you cling on to.
I've seen it on TV. One of the fighters was doing it out of America.
And I think I had seen it for some kind of rehabilitation type action as well. Used for that as well. And you get yourself on the wall into all sorts of contorted positions and hold the position, I suppose, and that's meant to make you stronger.
Yeah, possibly. Sounds like it. These days, a client told me this morning that he was going to buy some patches off Trade Me to make him skinny. Some fat loss patches. So who knows these days? He thought it was a hell of a joke because he's a worker ethic type of person. So he said, they're only cheap too, $20. I thought I could buy you a couple.
A patch. Oh, there's a patch for that. Patch. Yeah.
Yeah, so, just sit at the computer as we're doing, mate, and we can just, mount the pounds away.
There's a patch for everything, eh? Want to give up smoking, take the patch. Want to give up drinking, take the patch. Lose some weight, have the patch.
Oh, the patch medicine. Love it.
Hey, today we're talking about eating right for your type. What do you mean by that?
Basically, a question I was asked during the week from one of the guys in a company that I train. He asked me, how do his daughter lose weight, and he's of Tongan descent, so, and he's got a Kiwi daughter, half Tongan and half Kiwi. So I tried to explain to him that sometimes our genetic makeup is going to make things a little bit more challenging, especially if you're of a mixed breed.
Well, we don't normally talk about this kind of stuff, do we?
No.
We don't normally put this stuff out there.
No.
That, depending on what your genetic makeup is, and what race you come from, you might be more inclined to be one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm a believer of that. Everyone's got their magic diet pool that they recommend to everyone, and there's a book called Metabolic Typing Diet, and that basically refers to your genetic code and what you are and what you're more prone to respond to with regards to eating, which kind of makes sense to me, really, if you think about it. Like, if you think of it, Tongans don't do well on McDonald's and KFC and westernised diet because they're used to, fish and plant-based stuff. So as soon as they come into a Western world, you can kind of understand why they balloon out.
Well, it totally makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and same with the Japanese are finding it as well, that once they progress to a Western diet and move away from the seaweed and the rice and the fish...
all the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
They are, ballooning out as well. So, but what I explained to him was that because he's got... he's got a daughter that's half Tongan and half European.
Yeah.
He's going to have to find a happy balance. Like, she may respond better to one culture form of eating than another. So she, but then again, she may be a mixture of the two.
Yeah, and how would you go about determining that? Trial and error?
A little bit, like you do actually. Like, I don't know of a system that take a patch and you end up knowing what kind of genetic code you have.
Yeah.
But basically, from my own experience and observation and understanding of it all, you basically just have to trial and error with food, because every food gives a certain response It's just whether or not we're aware of it or not. So, for example, I said to him, you'll have to give her Tongan food and then see what kind of energy levels she has after that. Is she sluggish? Is she got lots of energy? Or, give her pasta and rice and see what that does to her as well.
Yeah.
And then make it, then you'll be able to understand where she sits. And if you're really unfortunate, she'll be a mixture of both. You can't really tell.
And then what do you do then?
Well, that's a really interesting one. Like, I've known a few people that are a good mixture, whether, Māori or Pākehā, that doesn't matter. Like, they're a good mixture of the two. And I've found them to be the hardest to determine what they can enjoy. But what basically happens is that they have a higher threshold for things. So, for example, me, if I have pasta and dodgy food like that, I just go downhill real quickly. So I'm easy to determine. I'm a protein-based type of person.
Yeah.
But other people I've known that are a mixture, they'll have a higher threshold for carbohydrates.
But at the end of the day, the general rules are still there regardless, aren't they? That, you want to be eating certain types of food that won't make you balloon out and that will give you energy, that will complement your exercise routine.
Yeah, absolutely. And the tricky part with that, whoever's a mixed type of person that can tolerate carbohydrates and proteins, is that they'll have to find where their tipping scale is.
Right.
For me, a tipping scale for, let's just say as an example, if I have a bowl of pasta, that just throws me over the edge, but I can tolerate a handful of pasta.
Okay.
And if I have 2 handfuls, then I've tipped the scales in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Where protein-based stuff, I can eat it till the cows are all dead.
Are you so finely tuned that you know sort of straight after a meal what's going to happen?
Pretty much. I can look at a meal and determine what kind of reaction I'm going to get and is it worth the cost to me. But that's an experiment. I mean, I'm still learning too. Like, I don't want to make it sound like, this just happened to me one day. I've had to discover all of this, the whole bloating and the rest of it. When you're 22 and you go and have a feed of Macca's or something, and you balloon out or bloat out, you're kind of like, oh, okay. But you don't do anything about it at that age.
Do you ever foresee in the future, when a baby is born, the doctor writes out a diet prescription for the rest of their life?
Oh, mate, I hope not. I hope not, but who knows? I mean, if they've got fat patches on Trade Me, who knows?
Yeah, anything's possible, huh?
Yeah. It's going to be really... That's a bit of a giggle, actually. I'm just thinking about that.
There you go.
It's like saying, oh, okay, you're part of the dumb category. Here's a prescription for dumb stuff.
Yeah. Do not go outside these perimeters. There will be consequences.
Yeah. Oh, no, you can't do that. You're part of that category.
Yeah.
So who knows, mate? Who knows? I hope not. But with the way we're developing as humans, we are tending to be more extreme and less grounded. So who knows?
And do you make judgments, say, when clients come into the gym, based on their genetic makeup as well, about what sort of exercise you'll inject into the system?
With regards to people, like visually, once I get to see people move, like obviously if they're standing here talking with me, I can't determine what exercises would suit them. But once I see them move, because I'm quite a visual person, I can determine what exercises would suit them better because of strength and weaknesses of their structure. So they'll have muscular imbalances, because we all do. But after I've seen them move, do a couple of exercises, I'll be able to tell you which ones they should do first. So yeah, I can do that, and visually, just looking at people, I can see muscular imbalances. Not that I try to, do Superman styles every time I talk to somebody.
No, indeed.
No, not at all.
Well, thanks very much for that information. Very interesting, very fascinating to learn about eating right for your type. Thanks, Spida.
My pleasure, Wammo.
Spida Hunter on Twitter, Spida Hunter, one word, and also catch him at ehpfitness.com.